My name is Chris. I am from MovieTrailerReviews.net. I run a review site. We review movies, comic books, TV shows. I also have a weekly podcast called The Sandy Check. To my right, this is Phenom from Where's My 40 Acres. We also have Sterling from Gaming and Then Some, and then I have another one of my hosts and reviewers. He's on 3/5 podcast. We have Justin. Yeah, today we're basically, we do a lot of reviewing of movies, and one of the things that we realize is that when new movies come out, or in pop culture, or something in nerd culture, everyone's always talking about how, well, you know, it was so much better when we were growing up. So one thing we wanted to do is I run, one of the shows I run is a Reminiscent of Kriss panel, where we go back and rewatch some of those old films to see how much they hold up. So I recently did Superman 1. And that was interesting, the Superman going back in time. We also recently did Mortal Kombat. It was also kind of fun to do that panel as well, to see how those hold up. So we're just going to kind of go through some of the different movies. We have video games, we have some reboots and remakes, we have comic movies, we have TV shows. We're going to kind of go back and just talk through these things and see how much they still hold up, see what we feel about them, what will make them better, and things like that. So it's going to be it's going to be an interesting panel, I think. So the first thing we're going to go over for this is video game movies. So Phenom here is going to run down the list that we have of video game movies that have come out over the years, and it's a pretty extensive list. So you want to go?
Well, first of all, does this even work?
Yeah, I don't think our mic's on.
I don't think this works.
Oh, well,
This is amazing. Thank you.
I was saying a whole bunch of stuff over here while you was talking. I ain't hear myself. I think this works.
This is amazing. Turn them on. Good job, Awesome Connor.
That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
awesome. They already said it's
Right, they didn't even clean the room.
Like, bring them back in here. I want to be heard.
We want 4 mics also, that would help.
No, don't do that. No, that's asking
That's way too much.
Too much.
Too much?
Is it on? I heard something.
You heard.
Oh.
Yeah, you heard it.
You heard the bass.
Your mic's still not working?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is it work? Oh, shoot. Oh, my bad.
We gotta move closer, yo. We just gotta lean in.
Yeah, how would you lean in?
I can't. Hold on. It is working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might need to be adjusted a little bit more if I see the AB gentleman, or maybe I won't.
Hey,
Hey, it's all good.
You the man. You the man.
We got you. Thank you. We appreciate you.
So, Phenom, can you go ahead and go through that list of video game movies we have?
Yeah, because this is an amazing list. This is an amazing list. So you mentioned Mortal Kombat, which you forced us to watch. Which
I was
has,
gonna say it was not that bad, but
Nah, it is.
it's Liu Kang's wig alone is one of the worst choices ever made in a film. I thought Halle Berry's
I
wig
enjoy
and
the
other
Asian
films.
stereotypes. My personally, that's my favorite. So.
I enjoy a consistent storyline, something that makes sense. Like, what a useless film. So we started off with let's see, Super Mario Brothers. If anybody you remember that.
The best.
Yeah,
that
happened.
Here's my question about Super Mario Brothers. Did anybody, when they grew up and when they watched that film, did anybody at any point think that was a good film?
No.
There we go.
There's going to be some films on this list that you watch, you're like, hey, you know what? Young me thought that was okay. Like, Mario Brothers, I don't know what they were going for with that film. You thought it was good?
No, I'm saying Austin said that's his biggest regret.
I can believe that. One of my biggest regrets in life is actually watching that film as a child.
Yeah.
I actually regret dragging my parents to see that film.
I think I checked out in Super Mario Brothers when not Aretha Franklin shows up. I think that's when I checked out.
It's a good one.
Didn't they have a Yoshi? Like, what was Yoshi in that movie? Does anybody remember what Yoshi was?
They did, but let's keep going.
But they had a lot of confidence because they actually had a television show before that with 2 plumbers. I don't know how this had. It would be a great TLC show now, but I don't know how they put that together.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So, Super Mario Brothers. One I saw recently, which was amazing, was Double Dragon. I completely forgot they did that.
Yeah.
2 brothers lost in punk rock. Street Fighter. which.
But now hold on though, because that did have the best quote of all time.
It does have the greatest quote of all
Wait, what's the greatest quote?
When Bison's like, "Yo, I destroyed your whole village. You remember it? It's the worst day of your life." But to me,
It was Tuesday.
yes,
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, that's bars. I think that was like the start of the bars.
Yeah, I kind of gotta agree with that one.
Yeah.
The movie's not good, but I will take that quote over anything.
I mean, he actually died after saying that. It was so good. The guy was like, "It's your turn. Come on." Up. It was that bad. It was that crazy.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation. They did it again.
That one actually works because in the first like 3 minutes they kill Johnny Cage.
They should. Okay.
He gets hit with a sledgehammer and I smile.
Can we put that in the beginning in the first 3 minutes of every video game? Johnny Cage being killed.
Obviously.
I like Mortal Kombat Annihilation because they were like, we did it so bad the first time, we're gonna do it again, but twice as bad.
Wing Commander, which I've never actually seen.
I've seen a lot of these films. I'm not.
Is it like Top Gun but bottom gun? Like what? How bad is it?
I can't. It's boring. It's boring. What do you think? What do you think of Wing Commander?
I was a big fan of the franchise, so I went and saw it. I was like, okay.
That said it all. Like she had to think, she had to get the shrug. Okay. I mean,
All right.
When you're a big fan of the franchise and all you can say is,
right.
They changed everything. That was the thing. Like,
Yeah.
It's very different. Like they go from having, Mark Hamill as the lead character to what's his name from Scooby Doo.
Oh my
Freddie Prinze Jr.
yeah.
Wait, there's a Wing Commander with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes.
There's a Wing Commander with Freddie Prinze Jr. in it.
Amazing.
And at the time it came out, I had not. It was a crappy yet okay movie.
It was the movie you watch on like a Sunday at 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Well, you should have just went to church.
Like I'm sick. I'm sick and I can't turn the channel. I'll watch this.
Oh, okay. So, and this is I loathe this film. Lara Croft's Tomb Raider. She wasn't using 2 magnums on a bear, so I was not excited about the film at all. And they did an unnecessary shower scene that I'm not complaining about, but it was still unnecessary. It never happened in the game. So, House of the Dead, which I've never seen, but I know exists, and there are like 20 copies of it or 20 series. That game was only good when they did it on the Wii, I think.
Nah, Dreamcast don't. The original.
Did
Was,
it?
yeah, the Dreamcast one was cool.
That's when it's like in the arcades.
Yeah.
Okay. When you was taking other people's money.
Yep.
Resident Evil, all of them?
No.
I'm not gonna name them. I'm just not gonna go to that list. Because you only put 1 on this list like it's not 7. And 1 currently in the making.
No, they're all down at the bottom.
All right. Oh, you did put them on there.
I think that was the moment I checked out because I think in the first one they bring in the Nemesis Project, which didn't have like the 3. That's the second one.
So the first, here's my thing. I think the first one is not a great film, but Paul W.S. Anderson has this thing of he kind of lures you in with not being that crappy with this first movie. Well, maybe it was just a budget. Maybe we just need to do it again. And then he does it again. He goes, "Now I got you." And 7 movies later, we're like,
It's 7 of them?
well, it's maybe it's 5 now, but the 6th, the final one comes out. It's 5. They're doing another one. There's one more coming in.
Why?
Because
They make money. That's why.
They do. They make a lot of money.
they make out of the list we have. They make the most money.
They make a
the
lot of
last
money.
Resident Evil made $240 million at the box office. The one before that made almost 3. The one before that almost made $300 million.
That makes me sad.
People go to see it just to see if it's still bad. Like it's the biggest, it's the biggest hustle on screen. It's like, well, maybe they'll get those darn zombies right this time. And it's, no, they won't.
You understand?
They got your money.
We work real jobs for nothing, and they're like, we're just gonna make some bullshit. Like that's it.
They throw scripts together like scraps of paper in a trash can.
Yep.
It's just like this. I think this piece goes here. Yeah, this is a screenplay. We're gonna make a lot of money off of this, especially when it goes. And it's like when some stuff goes international, that's it.
Yeah.
Like once it goes international, it makes another $100 million.
I believe for most of the Resident Evils, most of the money does come on the internet. Like we here in the United States, we've kind of been like, okay, we're done with it. But overseas, they still love them. They love those films. So they'll make like $40 million here, but they make $200 million overseas. So
And then we hit the list of just complete hiccups. Alone in the Dark.
I love that. I love that one for how bad it is. Like they just did not care for that one.
Doom, of course.
Like he God, dude. God. You have to appreciate UV Bowl for the fact that he doesn't care. And he'll actually fight you.
Yo, he boxed fans. He told fans, "You got beef. Come find me. I'm in a ring." And they came, and he boxed them. Come on, let's go. He boxed them in order. They took tickets like the DMV, and he beat them all down.
That's amazing.
At that point, you kind of gotta let him make movies.
How do you let him abuse you twice?
Why would They thought because he was bad at making movies, he was bad at fighting. And no, he's just a bad fighter.
All that brain damage he makes the movie, you know?
Bruh, he got to be doing something. He just hit his head on a lot of walls while making those films, so he had a strong dome. Doom with The Rock.
And Carl Urban.
Yeah, I'll allow it. You know what it is with a film like Doom? It's not good, but compared to the rest of the list, I'll take it.
It tried, you know.
It's not expecting much from two.
Like the last 15 minutes, they actually made it a first-person shooter. Like I allowed it. I'm like,
why not just go play Doom then? You know what they should have did? They should have gave everybody like pop-up guns out your seats. They were like, "Let's go, everybody, work together." So they're like, "Oh, this is the most amazing 3D film ever."
What we needed is the D-Box version of Doom.
Yeah, I felt like a little midget on somebody's shoulder at the end of that film, just watching everything happen. Like, oh, this is...
It was the first Twitch stream. That was the first Twitch stream.
I'll allow Doom because it has The Rock and Carl Urban in it.
Yep.
And like they don't care how bad the film is. If they're gonna be in the film, they're gonna act their asses off.
San Andreas.
Man, it's right there.
How is that not a video game? That's what I was saying. After I saw it, how is San Andreas
He fights an
not a video
earthquake.
game? With a helicopter, a car, and a boat. Like, it's amazing.
That's amazing.
So,
Yeah.
So I guess this is and we keep going through that list. There's really, I don't think there.
Well, no, there's some good ones.
What's a good one?
What was you saying? No, let's see. Hitman. I thought we agreed today. They actually did something positive. Like they have like other Hitman movies they make.
No, but
There's another one coming out.
That's different. Yeah.
Well, okay, so let me ask the crowd. We have a crowd what's thinking this. But what would you all consider a good video game movie, if it even exists? I don't think it does. But
I got one.
What?
Silent Hill.
okay, yes.
That was actually pretty good.
Yes.
That was really good. I think that's the best.
Of course, I didn't see it.
He said it was really good.
But it was pretty much a video game. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes.
There we go.
Scott Pilgrim to me is the only time they've actually done a video game movie, and they just didn't realize they were doing a video game movie.
Yeah.
Yes, Scott Pilgrim.
Why couldn't Street Fighter do that? Why couldn't Mortal Kombat do that? Why did they need a storyline? Why did they need a campaign? I don't understand.
To me, I guess the issue with video game movies is that they treat them, and we're kind of save comic book movies to the last because I know that's going to be a big deal, but with video games, I guess they don't take them serious other than they've been taking comic books serious nowadays. So like now there's kind of respect for comic books. So when they make films based on comic books, they know, hey, listen, the audience is not going to accept crap. With video games, I think they still don't respect the medium.
Well, what if Capcom had made the Street Fighter?
But we should find out soon. Because I believe there's a list, I don't have it on me, but they have Warcraft coming out soon. We have a new Hitman movie coming out.
That's Michael Fassbender, right?
Yeah.
That's already amazing. Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. So,
I don't need Capcom to make my Street Fighter movie. It's going to be like 10 different versions, and I have to pay for each of them. I don't want it.
yeah, you go into the Capcom movie, and they're like, please insert quarter.
Some of these films just need to be left to YouTube because the people who care about them that make them on YouTube just do a much better job, man.
Mortal Kombat Legacy was amazing.
Did anybody see that Mortal Kombat Legacy? Yeah, that was fun.
Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, good as well.
I heard the Halo ones.
They're dope. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, so.
Like, I think it's what you said. People, like, we just got out of this with comic books. People looked at comic books as, oh, those are for kids. People still, like, the mainstream look at video games as, oh, they're just for kids. They don't see these amazing stories being told within some of these games.
Because they don't play the game.
Yeah.
5 minutes of playing any one of the top 5 most terrible games ever turned into a film, Street Fighter, Double Dragon, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers, you would have instantly looked at your script and went, I was drunk.
How did he not?
I was drunk, I had a bad night, my girl left me, and I did this, and I'm sorry.
I think that's part of the problem. it's like some of these films are like, well, why would you even make a movie out of this? Because this doesn't have the game doesn't have a script. Like they did Need for Speed last year, just like watching.
Dude, I saw that like 2 days ago. It's god awful. It's so awful.
I was forced to watch it because I was flying back to the States, and that was all I had, and I couldn't sleep. So
I'm sorry.
It made me understand why Kid Cudi's music is so sad. Because like he gets put in films like that.
Yeah, man.
God, it's an awful film.
Well, the other thing too, I'm wondering if you could even do a good video game movie, because with some video games you play like Mass Effect, you know, even like the first-person shooter now, if people don't have a good story, they don't like the first-person shooter. So I'm wondering, like, studios are really putting in time for scripts for these games now. Like, they're pretty involved. So I'm even wondering, can movies even replicate that in a, you know, can you keep up with that? Because
I mean, some can, like the Uncharted series can actually be replicated on screen. Like you've seen Indiana Jones and stuff like that. They've already touched on that. So if they follow Uncharted and condense it a bit and just make it an amazing, like I was saying from the San Andreas when we screened it, I was saying if they could do this with like Uncharted, the actual action and stuff just falling apart around you and everything being chaotic, that would be perfect for Nathan Drake's story.
yeah, Uncharted,
But they still have.
All you need to do is reboot Indiana Jones without George Lucas, and it'd be good.
Well, Chris Pratt already signed up for that, so he can play both of them as far as I can.
3. Do not do Crystal Skulls again.
We don't need evidence.
And it's funny you bring up Mass Effect. I feel like that would be a story perfect for a movie. Like you just break that up into 3 separate movies. You had it's basically your quintessential space opera.
But do you think it'd be too much though? Because you know the internet's gonna be mad. Like they didn't get this storyline.
Why do we care about them? They just words on the screen. Those people don't exist for real. I've never met an angry commenter in real life. Like nobody's ever walked up to me and commented just horrible things about my life in real. Those people don't exist, man. Their parents don't let them out the house. They don't have jobs.
I think we found the angry commenters.
Yeah. All right, let's
Gotta hear both sides.
Here's a comment on Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it had to be. Hey man, look, George Lucas sucks. It's a thing.
No, but
he did Red Tail, so yeah.
I think what you can do if you do a video game movie like Mass Effect, I think you gotta do it outside of it. Don't do Commander Shepard's story. Some of these people.
Yeah, do like everything else.
Yeah, do the world, but don't do that. And I think it can work. So
should just do what they did with I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember Fear?
The game?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be an amazing movie.
Oh my god, yes.
Fear.
The first Fear is awesome. Like that's the first playthrough. That game scared me.
An action horror movie would be amazing.
I want
the whole origin story behind that. Like, well, you don't have to dive into it, but you can make that a very good movie. 3 was written by John Carpenter, and he like.
They just need to have the nail gun. They just need to have the nail gun from Fear in the movie, and I will buy 3 tickets for myself.
Actually use it consistently.
All right, let's move on to the next set of movies. We got reboots, remakes, prequels, sequels, and installments. I'm listening all that out because they're all kind of one. Because you know everybody always says, "Oh, they're making another sequel of this," and they're making a prequel. But I just saw Mad Max my second time, and if they do it right, I'm okay with it now. So, can you go through the list that we have of films that have been rebooted, remade, the originals?
Well, we start out with like the Terminator, right? Like, I don't even know what to call that because like you're rebooting it inside the original series. I don't know how you do that. Like
A mess.
It's a stable time. That's what it is. A stable
Legitimized
time.
dream fiction is what it is.
right. Like, what else is it by this
I
point?
mean, you have the same characters, right? With Salvation.
See,
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So with Terminator Genesis, the first trailer, I was like, okay, I might be able to do this. Then they showed us the spoilers in the second trailer. I'm like, you guys just ran out of names. You don't even have any anymore. So yeah, at first I think they're going to embrace the madness of the timeline because the timeline is a mess. And now I don't know what to do with Terminator.
Why do they have to try and stick to it anyway?
I don't know why they did that. Like that second trailer for me was just unreal. I don't know why they put that.
And they might have did it again with this one.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know what they're thinking with the trailers. We got to show them something exciting, something new, something we can get them in there. Let's spoil the movie, you know.
They did something before with Salvation.
They did.
In Salvation, they go, oh yeah, he's really a robot. Why don't we go see this now? Thanks. I don't need to see more of this film.
We got to track down the test audiences that they use for these trailers.
Well,
That's what we
what I
got.
love about what I've heard from them doing this new Terminator movie was they wanted to generate more buzz, so they felt like they needed to cut that trailer that way. But I'm like, okay, you have Age of Ultron, you have Mad Max, you have all the other films coming out before. You're not going to get buzz. You're going to come into July. Just hold off. And yeah, I'm still like I was excited for that film, and now I'm just like it's going to be more mess. What else we got on that list?
For some reason, I love my comic book movies, but I hate them for this. We now have the Monster Universe, and Dracula Untold started it.
Bruh.
Why?
That film. I had to sit through that film.
It was so bad. Dracula on the list because I remember watching the Bram Stoker Dracula, and I love that film. I really do. And I'm like, oh, this is really great. Yeah, Dracula Untold is nice.
That is the worst title for. That is the perfect worst title for that film.
Oh no!
Yes. I haven't seen that.
So funny you mentioned that. I saw that a couple months ago, and I hate to admit this, but I actually saw that in a theater. It was a date, so you know.
We all make bad life decisions.
That's why y'all ain't together no more.
Yeah, that's really why we're not together anymore. So I can't do that. Yeah, when you go to Dracula 2000 on a date, and your date goes, "Hey, that wasn't that bad." Yeah, you just know. Like,
everything in life is gonna be like that from now on.
Yeah.
I have friends that work on Dracula 2000 that will put that on the IMDb that they actually work on it and won't admit.
They're not really your friend. You probably admit that they're your friend. Like you're out drinking with them, you tell them, "Hey, we're friends," or you tell them, "Hey, listen, you can be my friend, but you can't admit you work in that film." Like, how do you do that?
They won't admit that they work on it. They work on it.
That's a smart way.
Smart.
They will not admit to it. They are so embarrassed that they she worked on it. And some of the films she worked on were actually worse than that, and she'll admit to it.
Clash of the Titans.
I have
the whole room.
I like the claymation one better.
Because it is better.
I said to the Kratos and Harryhausen.
That Clock Owl was better than that mess they released.
Well, actually, so the Clock Owl, I'm glad you brought it up. The fact that they didn't have that really in the second one, in the rebooted one, is what kind of did it for me because I like that owl, man.
That's what did it for you? Not the whole story, the acting.
No, you need to have
necessary.
once you don't have the owl in there, it's pretty much a done deal. So, but no, I love the claymation one. That was like, who does not like a claymation platform? Yeah,
That's where nostalgia sells the movie. It's like something that you'll have your kids and your grandkids watch, no matter if it's 30 years old, 40 years old. It's something that you always go back to, like the Boris Karloff monster movies.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You gotta do that. That movie is, what is it? What was I gonna say? It's, that's how long is that movie?
What movie?
Clash of the Titans. It's really long, isn't it?
It's about 3 tiers.
Yeah, because you'll watch that movie and you'll be like, oh, okay, it's over. And you're just like, oh no, this is just intermission. It's like, it's like the Lord of the Rings and claymation. It's awesome.
Yeah. Can they just call anything Liam Neeson is in Taken?
Like the 10 Commandments, where like it's like 4 or 5 hours long.
Yeah.
You can fall
check that out,
asleep.
it takes like 5 videotapes. Back when we had VHS.
Yeah.
You know,
I think, yeah.
It's only a couple movies you could fall asleep to, wake up, and they still be okay. It's only, like The Color Purple is one of them. For a long time, I only saw that in parts. I never seen the whole film, so I didn't know why anybody was where they was at all in that.
You ever fall asleep in a movie like that, and you wake up and you realize, oh wait, I never saw this. What movie is this? Oh, I never saw this movie.
Right. Like, so that's what happened to Oprah. Okay, I didn't know why she looked like that.
What else we got?
Evil Dead. If I'm not mistaken, like didn't that like kind of miss the mark? Like wasn't the first Evil Dead like they tried to do something and they couldn't, and then it became a cult classic?
It became a cult classic.
Yeah. And then this one they were like, nah, none of that is gonna be recognized. Just horror.
The remake was really a fan film. It was a fan. The most recent one was basically a fan when they loved his show that he did, just robots wrecking his home city in Argentina. And they said, we want to do a movie with you. He says, we want to do Evil Dead. And so essentially it was a fan getting a chance to make his version of Evil Dead.
Right. Yeah, I enjoyed.
I like the Evil Dead.
I enjoyed the remake of that one. The first one, it's like it was not supposed to be a comedy.
And they were trying to make a horror movie, and then realized they made a comedy, so then they remade it.
Yeah, so that's
Is that so? Wait, so that film has a 99% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, you get 99% ratings on Rotten Tomatoes for doing it wrong the first time?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, our bad. We didn't realize what we did, and everybody was like, "Congratulations."
now two now. You know, what else we got?
The Mummy for some reason.
Oh yeah, Brendan Fraser's mummy.
The Mummy with Brendan Fraser was based on the Mummy from the 1920s, 1930s. It was really, really campy, taking itself very seriously back in the 30s. So then you had it remade with Brendan Fraser and everybody.
And they're gonna remake it again.
Really campy, going, yeah, we're really.
They're bringing it back.
Yeah, they're gonna because it's part of that also monster universe.
The Rock is in it, right?
I wish. They're remaking the Mummy, so it's gonna be the Mummy. Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, they're remaking it again. I can't remember who's. Does anybody know who's in that film?
I'm saying they're still releasing Scorpion King movies on DVD.
Oh yeah. Was it New York Comic Con? They were heavily promoting that. What is it? They're up to the fourth one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Y'all couldn't get enough money to confirm a Dread 2, but they keep making Scorpion King?
Yes.
Paul Urban gotta be mad all the time.
No, Poltergeist, which is about to come out.
It's already
out?
Yeah, it already came out.
I'm actually the new one. What do you think of the new one?
Honestly, I still prefer the older one because it had the whole nicely drawn out. You could go with it. You saw them like interact with the poltergeist, and then it started going. With this one, I do like how they made it a little bit modernized. I don't want to spoil the movie.
We don't care.
So if you've seen the older one, you know where the mom had to go in to go get her daughter.
Yeah.
Well, they sent a drone in.
What?
Done.
Say no more.
I need to see how that plays out. I need to see how that plays out.
I need this in my life.
Yeah, I need to see how this plays out.
Now, like, is it?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, it was just neat. Like it was horrible, but at the same time neat because you're seeing like they got all these, pretty much, I guess you could say bodies that are rotting, and you're pretty much what you're seeing as they're going through the house of what it would look like inside there. But honestly, I still prefer the older.
Basically, it has no soul.
Were you scared?
But like, no, here's my.
Were you scared?
No, not really.
Okay, because I can't even watch Poltergeist now, and I'm 30. So, yeah, I can't watch it.
It's the old lady, yo.
I can't watch it. Like, I become 8 again. Like, I can't watch it.
If you're with that's going to be
Yeah, I mean,
It just be the blue page.
yeah, it's got to, yeah.
No signal.
It's got to be the flat panel. It's got to be the blue screen. You got to do that.
That is one thing though, if you look at the little girl that they have playing in the new one, if you just dyed her hair blonde, she would look like the original Carol Ann. It's really creepy looking.
Now here's my thing though, right? Like, you say you send a drone in. Is it like the homemade one or like a full-on Obama drone? Because that would be amazing.
You can go bomb on the Poltergeist.
I want like the NASA drone one. You know how it's like you're sending it in there to see, like.
I just want to
need the one from Furious 7. That's what you need.
Yes, just a carpet bomb on all the Poltergeists.
This is how these films get made. Y'all, the reason these films get made.
This is Poltergeist 2.
Listen, my dream job is to work for Asylum, the company that does.
Yes.
That's why because like you come to work every day. It's like, hey, you want to make a film? Sure, why not? Monkeys who can breathe fire. Done. Let's do it.
I'm listening.
We'll have it done by Friday. So no, but that's a good point about like Poltergeist is these horror films, and when they remake them, like I'm a big horror fan, but I feel like most of the horror films I love are the older horror films because you had to work to scare people. Like I think one of the things on the list is The Thing.
Yep.
Like that's still one of my all-time favorite horror films. Like when they redid it, they did the prequel, not a remake. They did a prequel.
I call it a remake.
That's not a thing.
Do what you want to. I'm calling it a remake.
We're gonna get to it.
It's fanfic again. It's some guy basically saying, I want to find out what happened to the Norwegian base, so let's write all that out. But you kind of, since you know how it's gonna end up, it loses all the tension over there.
Yeah, but then when you watch, but still, you go back and watch the original, and I didn't see, Poltergeist I saw when I was a kid, so I know. I know.
Intrigue. Your imagination is a lot more horrifying than
But the
anything
thing
that
is,
is showing.
like, when I was 20, it had not hit my, so I'm not really, I don't have any like small child terror associated with it, but it's still much more tense, much more scary, even though I know what's going to happen on a rewatch.
Yeah, it's
so
like
there's something missing when they're doing these remakes.
Yeah, talent.
The thing they just killed people because like the way they got rid of people in the thing and that whole mystery of what happened to this person. And are you dealing with the real person or are you dealing with the thing is what scared me about the original one. When I watched the new one, that element was kind of missing. I didn't really feel it. I also think the stuff they shot those older horror films with, like the equipment, made the films look scarier because it wasn't in great HD and you couldn't see what was in the shadows and stuff. Everything is just clear. Everything is crystal clear now.
With that, a lot of it has to do with they had to do practical effects, and what they couldn't do, they had off screen. So it made it scarier. And now, like, I love CGI. I love what we can do with it. But there has to be limits. And when you use it in horror and you show everything, it takes away the mystery and the fear.
The biggest thing I think about horror films, especially I was a kid that asked my parents to make me to rent a horror film from Blockbuster when they still were around. Rent the film from Blockbuster, go get the VHS, watch it. And I love horror films, but I would sleep under my bed every night because I was scared of it. Because your imagination runs wild, and I think when you take away the imagination from with the CGI, you don't have that thought in the back of your head going, oh man, what if there's something is under my bed? It's not there anymore.
It's also because we've seen so much through our lifestyle, so we're not sensitized to it. We're desensitized to it.
The thing with the Thing has happened on the Thing. It happened on X-Files. They did the same thing. Anybody remember that episode of the X-Files? Yep. I watch Chiller all the time. We play X-Files. Where they went to Antarctica. It wasn't completely taken over, but they had. It's basically the Thing. So you do that over and over and over again. By the time you get to the 2011 movie,
you know what's happening.
Yeah, it's kind of lost.
I watched the Thing when I was like 25. I'm just saying, bro. I was scared, man.
Nah, I was going to say what you said earlier about horror movies. I think a lot of us missing our horror movies now is timing. Nothing builds up. There's nothing scary. The scariest thing as a child was actually Aliens. The first Aliens movie. Because when I saw Sigourney Weaver like ducking and hiding, and I saw an alien drop and there's no sound. You see it in the background. She's looking. It's there. You don't know where it's at. It was building tension. Now it's like jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, jump scare.
I hate jump scares.
It's cheap.
I actually hate jump scares.
There's a long time where you're seeing how things work. You're seeing what it means when the door closes and the light turns red. It's locked. So now you understand that. They're building progression. They're building the set. They're laying the groundwork for the summit. First, that's
the biggest thing. Jumps. It's like, you just hear that music and you're just like, I still don't get into open water because of that music. So, that's long lasting. Do we get anything like that anymore?
Another thing that I did not like about the remakes is so in one of the 80s, the explanation, a lot of times they didn't bother to explain. It was mystic forces or radiation, right? So fine, radiation. Now, and I'm a scientist, so I actually like a lot of the science and stuff, but I don't need you to go and say, well, now it's this specific genetic mutation that they introduced. I don't care.
You just want to watch a movie. I can't believe Jaws messed you up like that. You don't go in open water?
No, like that, no.
You stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to? Alright. Charles, you had a question?
Like, what about, we take Nightmare on Elm Street? Like, the old Nightmare on Elm Street, and Nightmare on Elm Street now.
They killed Johnny Depp, so I was okay with it.
No, I'm saying, Nightmare on Elm Street was scary as shit.
Yeah.
Like,
You go back to that now as well.
huh?
Yeah, if you go back and watch it now,
They kind of become a comedy because, like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, like, Freddy Krueger, like, kind of freaked you out, but then after a while, it made you laugh. And
I don't know if I see two little girls just jump a rope in the middle of the street. I walk the other way.
Some of those films, most of those kind of films, like the Jason, like somebody, I think it was European where they brought the Jason X. Like Jason X, it is my favorite one. That was just a corny movie in general. Does anybody remember?
It had corny music.
I love the Critter. I'm ashamed to say this. I love the Critter movies growing up. Like,
Critter movies are amazing.
Yeah, they are amazing. The Critter movies, Critters in Space was pretty bad, but I don't like that. The thing about the earlier films, like when you do the first one, like Critters, First Nightmare on Elm Street, like when you do those original ones, there's always that creepy element at some point in the film. Like I think a lot of these newer films, they miss having something that's creepy. Like those little girls doing the jump rope. And
hey man, that was creepy. It was always like foggy outside too.
Oh, what is the movie with the? It's not. Was it Children of the Damned?
Children of the
Damned. Yeah, with Christopher Reeves in it, right? Yeah. The little kids. Oh yeah, I was in the house one day. I saw
Kids are scary.
Like that.
Kids are scary.
No.
The Shining. Kids are scary.
The little twin kids with blonde hair and blue eyes and hey, look. No, I can't. That's creepy. It's a bad movie, but you see them just staring at you. You're like. Nope. I'm over here. I'm not trying to. You guys just okay.
Next time we should just do a panel on creepy kid films. It's just a bunch of
a lot of those.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Huh?
The Omen is a major one.
Oh god, yes.
All of them.
Those scary movies are like, nah.
See, I could not be in a movie like that one because my thing was I was just a kid because
not even asking, but full Game of Thrones, killing everybody. You don't treat all kids like this.
Your last name is Stark, so you're a kid in that kind of movie. I'm not messing with that. What movie you got on there?
Amityville Horror. Why they're doing this again? Like, can you even do this again?
No, they did it. They did the original one.
They did?
They did it. They did that several times, actually.
Yeah, I pushed that down. Yeah, everything past the first one I don't watch. I pushed it all down.
They don't even build houses like that anymore, so we'll never have another Amityville.
I know that there's some good ones. So we did Mad Max. Who's seen Mad Max? Yeah. Everybody like Mad Max?
Yeah. Yes.
You did. You might have to read Mad Max was really good. I was really shocked by that when I saw the trailer at Comic-Con last year. Because your first thought is 30 years later? Come on. Like, rarely do they do a movie 30 years later and it's good. But I watched that and I was like, wow, they actually did it right. What does everybody think about Jurassic World?
Yeah.
I know I'm probably wrong for this, but I'm kind of in on seeing that too. I want to give it a chance. Maybe it's my experience with Mad Max.
Nah, man. They got Star-Lord fighting dinosaurs. I'm in.
Not fighting dinosaurs. He's riding motorcycles with them.
Chris Pratt is like 20-0 right now. Like if he went up against LeBron James, LeBron would lose a ring. Like he's winning.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when they were first talking about doing Jurassic Park 4. You might remember some of the stuff from the
human one
with the human dinosaur.
Yeah, with the human dinosaur hybrid, like, and looked human, it just kind of had scales, like.
So I was worried. So when they said Jurassic World, I'm like, no. So when I saw this trailer, I'm like, okay, maybe. Like I remember watching it. I read the book, Jurassic Park, watched the movie. I like both, and I was like, oh, okay. Like that to me was a really revolutionary movie for like CG and animatronics and things like that. So I really
yeah, it still does. I'm in for it. I just want to see people get killed. In that, like with the second trailer, they got the kid that's running, gets swooped up by the pterodactyl. I pronounce my P's. It's like I need that.
Yeah. Well, there's that line in the trailer. He goes, "They're dinosaurs. They're special." I mean, like you have to have dinosaurs. Like I can't. It's a dinosaur movie. I'm gonna go see it. Right? Dinosaurs are my thing. I had dinosaur cookies when I was in like. I
had dinosaur chicken nuggets like 2 weeks ago. I mean,
dinosaur can't turn everybody into a big kid, so you're gonna go see that.
But you don't have to. There's so many T-Rex around. That's all I need to say.
Right. So I don't know. I'm kind of I'm interested in seeing how that goes. we just talked about Terminator.
What about the RoboCop joints?
Yeah.
So, like,
how do you not make it rated R?
Remake one is not bad, but it's not good.
I like the actor. I like the dude who played RoboCop. He was amazing on the camera.
Yes.
He's an amazing actor as far as I'm concerned. I hate that movie. I don't like it.
You can't make nothing to it.
Yeah, it's a dry movie. I tried to defend it too. Like, hey, I think this could be good. And I watched it finally, and I was like, okay, it's dry.
Making Samuel L. Jackson yell satire.
That movie had studio interference written all over it.
Yeah.
That was very much.
Yeah.
They were working very hard at the studio.
I think you got to kind of go, like, Samuel L. Jackson's character was kind of going full camp.
He went overboard with it.
And I think
We're pushing satire. This is just like the old film, but the old film worked in a different era where you could make a film like that, and it didn't offend people for whatever reason. It just didn't.
The overkill of Murphy is still like the funniest.
Murphy has the best death ever.
It's the funniest that was so.
They reloaded and continued to shoot him, and he was still alive. They were like, "We can do something with this guy.
We should rebuild him.
We can bring him back."
Yeah. What else we got? We got the movie that I just considered the X. You think you don't mind, realize it's horrible. Godzilla remake.
No, you guys are talking about the whole way through.
No, I didn't the first time. I didn't. I wanted it to happen.
I am, and I have to admit that almost all the Godzilla films are bad. Like,
Yeah.
But I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I love the.
This recent remake. Are we ignoring Godzilla 2000?
Yes.
Yes. Where Godzilla had
Elements of the classic Godzilla movies. There was the operations. I don't know if they're badly operations stereotypes.
No, you can't do it. This is gonna sound mean for me, but I gotta be honest. You can't do a good Godzilla movie without racial stereotypes.
You had to have like the
You got
who knows they're doing wrong, and they had two little kids who got reunited. I mean, it's like all the scenes from the '60s, except for slightly better with no armor.
Yeah, and very little Godzilla.
Well, see, I think that's my main issue with the remake. There's like all of the trailers of Godzilla. That's all Godzilla in the movie. That's it. The rest is just
I focus on the people. People are there basically just to say major tanks haven't worked and things like that, and then let the monsters battle it out. That's it.
Say what you want about the old Godzilla films, you still saw the guy in Rubber Suit doing Godzilla things. Like, I remember one time, like, my favorite Godzilla move is when he gets up on his tail and he kind of suits your car. And does like that double foot kick to the chest. Like, I don't even know how that's physically possible, but I like this guy, you know?
That film did nothing for me, bro.
I rewatched Godzilla, the new one, and it's literally Godzilla fighting in the background while you follow Quicksilver.
It is. It's like he's doing. He doesn't care to be on camera. He's just hiding from TMZ and the paparazzi. And the only thing that film did for me was get me used to seeing Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver on screen before I was going to see Ultron. That's all it did. Because it was like, get acquainted with these two because they're going to be together in a great film one day. But not this one.
They didn't even try to do him right. Like, Godzilla was just like an angry mom in that movie. Like, it was like, why are you playing on my lawn? Stop playing on my lawn. Then comes out, just beat everybody that's playing on the lawn, and then takes a nap after beating them, wakes up, and goes back to sleep. Like, literally takes a nap in the movie.
They follow him with a boat. Like, he was just swimming, and Americans kept getting in his way. Come on, man. I'm just trying to swim to the coast, handle business.
That is something they did take from the old Godzilla movie, which is just following Godzilla. Like, some magic stuff was going on, and you just see Godzilla just swimming. And then you cut back to bad stuff going on, and Godzilla's still swimming. You're just like, when's he gonna get there?
That's the equivalent. Don't make me come down there.
I do, cause they did announce this, I know it's not on our list, but they did announce this at San Diego. They're doing a new Godzilla, a new King Kong movie. So I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go, because you guys, it's...
Well, the last one wasn't that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. I ain't saying it was amazing. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, they did get attacked by bugs. I just didn't think it was that bad.
I mean, why do we need a new King Kong? Can we just get a Gorilla Drive movie?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Like,
I'll take that.
That's what I want to see. That's all I want to see.
I've seen the new in the Flash movie.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I just want Jordan Miller to kind of write a class on how to do an installment, remake, or reboot, or whatever you do. I think you can consider Mad Max just like an installment in the Mad Max universe.
Yeah.
It fits. It's like it's 30 years later, but it still fits.
He said he did he had a script ready for like 4 more films to go on this.
And I'll see every one of them because he actually did a good job.
He did 90% practical effects on a $150 million budget. That's amazing. And you can see it in the film. He said he used Cirque du Soleil actors for a lot of those action scenes.
You talking about Mad Max?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but what I heard, there's a dude that's in pajamas, bungee corded to a truck
playing the guitar
that shoots flame. How was that not the whole trailer?
And he is so dedicated to his job. Like he's so dedicated. He's like, war?
He's the most dedicated person.
That's amazing. What else we got? Carrie. That happened like what 2-3 years ago. Nobody cared about it.
And then 2-3 years ago before that.
Yeah.
You know what they're redoing? I just heard. I think Samuel L. Jackson. Well, he's attached to everything. The Blob.
Yep. I mean, if Sam Jackson's in it, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see it with Sam Jackson. So, but yeah, they're redoing The Blob, which I'm gonna get. I think that might have been one of my first horror films I ever watched. Was The Blob.
Some stuff was bad idea.
Yeah, it wasn't a good. It's not a good idea to go forward with that. I don't think. Because they're not gonna do it right. Like. I wouldn't say it probably doesn't hold up, but it fit for when you watch The Blob. It's whatever. Okay, you can do that once. Redoing that film?
Blob's in black and white, right?
No.
Yeah, I think it was. I think that was the first one.
The one they destroyed whipped cream, right? There was one.
There's an efficient color.
Yeah. There's one where like they just destroy like whipped cream pies. I remember that, John.
Wait, is it in color? Does it start in black and white and then go to color?
No, it was in color. No, it was in black and white.
Are we talking about The Blob or Flubber? The Blob. Which one are we talking about? Same movie to me. I don't see what the difference is.
Yeah, the remake of The Blob is there's no way it's going to be good.
They did a remake in the 80s.
We got anything else for that?
Yeah, the last thing, Prometheus when it happened. The prequel to the Alien series.
See, that's a divided one. Like, you know what? Here's the problem with that film. Here's the problem with Prometheus. It's the same problem that they had when they made Caprica or Battlestar Galactica. It's not the film people wanted.
No.
So when you say, "Hey, we're going to do a prequel to Aliens," people want to see aliens. They don't want to go to do non-alien stuff. So the same thing that happened when they did Caprica when they had Battlestar Galactica, and then you go from that and go, we're going to go what happened before then. We're going to go to before they were even Cylons.
Well, what's funny is the creators of that actually wanted to do that split. They wanted Prometheus to be its own entity within the same universe. Yep. I get what they were trying to do, and I actually didn't think the film was that bad. But yeah, if you were going to see Aliens, sorry.
Yeah. Or even Alien, like that's still.
Oh yeah, well I mean Alien. I don't mean Alien. I don't mean James Cameron.
Alien to me is still like my all-time favorite horror movie. Like I wasn't ready for that movie. I watched it. I'm like, they're celebrating. It's happy time. The movie's over. What's happening to his chest? And then the movie started. That was the movie. I'm like, no, this is not right. You know what I mean?
That was great. I was like, oh wow, and I even love when they do it. The great thing to me about Alien is watching Spaceballs and them doing that. Yeah, I can't wait. We're doing a show on Spaceballs soon. I can't wait to do that. That's another one of my favorites.
What's up?
Yeah. That's.
What about Predator?
Predator, the new one with was it the
Adrian Brody?
Yeah, it was. I like that.
How do you feel about Predators?
I thought it was. I like it.
Was it Tobey Maguire or Topher Grace in that joint? Okay, I hate him too, son. Yeah, Spider-Man 3.
I like Predators. Predator versus Alien, we're just gonna forget it happened.
Well, we weren't talking about that. We were talking about Predators. Why'd you bring that up?
Why did you
do that?
Why did you like?
I mean, the original Predator can't be duplicated. It just can't because there was so much testosterone on screen. They were running to death. They were just running like he ain't gonna beat me because I got muscles. And he died.
So the great thing about the Predator movie is it almost turned out horribly. They almost gave us Jean-Claude Van Damme running around in like a praying mantis suit.
What?
Yeah.
Was he gonna do the kick though? Like the
right. I would be okay with the film if you had the Predator doing the jump split.
He got to do the split kick on everybody.
If he does the split kick, then
everybody.
And it's got to be slow motion.
There's actually
every time
running around because they, I guess he was supposed to be camouflaged. They have him in the pink suit, so it's terrible. You got to find that video. It is horrendous. All right, let's move on because we're kind of coming on time. Let's go to TV shows, and Justin's going to start with let's do cartoons.
All right, so cartoons from our childhood. We have Transformers, the original Transformers, like 80s Gen 1. Yeah, there you go. We also have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero.
Just disclaimer: don't go back and watch these.
No.
Don't do shit. I made a mistake doing that.
It's so boring. They're all awful.
Yeah, Transformers and G.I. Joe will make you sad.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you,
Nobody died in Jim.
Like, what's the film they do now? Jim? Jim is the one he just with the.
Jim
all of those
hologram.
cartoons are awful.
So look,
and yet they want to make them into movies.
I never watched the Jim and the Hologram growing up, but I watched that trailer and said, people are going to be pissed. This is not going to go over well.
Okay, so
I'm not
even a huge fan of it, but I'm still pissed off at this because the whole point of the holograms when she's ordering it, and then they've got a supercomputer, which the 80s was awesome, that turned them into this. She does so-time synergy, she presses her ear, and synergy, the supercomputer, puts them, they're holograms. It's they get all the glitter and then they go do adventures. Now this is Hannah Montana.
Like what's
It's Hannah Montana.
So you're upset that they did it with Tupac, but they can't do it with them? That's what you're upset about? I completely understand.
They brought him back.
I completely understand. I would be mad too.
Barbie and the is better, and they went into outer space.
Yo, we got somebody.
I'm sorry. I'm upset about the Jim and the Hologram movie just because I saw that and was like, what the?
Yo, you know what the worst thing is though? I went to a screener for what was it, Pitch Perfect 2, I think.
Yeah.
That movie's going to make millions, and they're going to do a sequel because they showed that trailer before it, and the crowd exploded, and I was just confused. Like, what is happening? Like, 13-year-old girls everywhere like, yes, I can't wait. I'm like, no.
Because they don't know what Jim is.
Right. It's all new to them.
When I saw the trailer, I just like the fact that like, wow, they made it for after school special. Right. No, Jim, no, they're your friends. You say what the like.
I consider it to develop a drug habit.
So you want to turn it into a music documentary?
The scene where Jim does blow with the hologram. Jim doing blow with the holograms, though. Jim doing blow with the holograms. That scene.
Sir.
Oh man.
What else we got?
We also have the 90s X-Men.
So here's the thing.
Which is actually getting a sequel.
You guys have to watch that one too.
You gotta go back and watch.
So hold up. I watched, my wife and I watched the first episode.
Did you make it through? Did you make it through without throwing your television out the window?
We got to the part where they say, meanwhile in Detroit, and you just see desolation.
That's the one where that's the one where they left Morph.
Yeah.
They just abandoned Morph. It was just Cyclops was like, I'm sorry, but we really don't care about that guy that can change reality. We gotta go.
X-Men with RoboCop and that was
Yeah.
And then Morph came back and he was a crackhead or something.
You know what holds up though? Batman the Animated Series does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's still I have the box of that. I'll rewatch
Everything Paul Dini and I'm drawing a complete blank. Thank you, Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. Everything they have touched is just amazing. It's gold. And then what else were you saying holds up?
So we had the Batman Animated Series. So it's not the cartoon, but I like Adam West as Batman.
Why?
No, I'm reading Batman 66. It's funny. It's funny.
We know. It's okay.
When my grandmother, I was going to my grandmother's. You know, she owns a hair shop, and the only thing on is like on her little TV is like TV Land, and they're playing. It's Batman. It's the only time I can get Batman, so I'm watching Adam West.
But yo, it's funny though.
It's funny, and they knew it, man. It's like,
like if you read Shark Spray. Yes, he did.
Like I understand though. That's
because the shark would explode. That's why it was a shark bomb that still needed to swim in water. This is not making any sense, but they did it. Also, it had a lot of stars on that show, man. Like, they don't.
Yeah, like I understand. Like it's nostalgia. Like we don't like it, but I still, in my heart, know that the two best films are Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2, and there's nothing else. Like that's it for me. Like that's it. I know I'm wrong somewhere, not in my heart.
We should have mentioned they were bringing that as in the reboot set. Like,
they're doing like separate reboots, right?
Or yeah,
there's like 3 before the first one happened. Like, come on.
I'm not trying to.
What is the deal with why can't
they did it? It was a Ghostbusters cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah, there was Ghostbusters cartoon.
There were a few.
There was Ghostbusters that like sort of follows the movie. There was Ghostbusters Extreme.
Okay, they did that Extreme.
I watched the old cartoon.
They did a video game back in like 09. That was better than the whole series.
Men in Black. Oh, the Men in Black cartoon was nice.
Yes.
What else we got?
So on the list we also have Street Sharks.
Jawsome. It was literally the not Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Street Sharks was on Netflix.
I
watch it. Why
Instead of what was it? Instead of pizza, they had either it was hamburgers or tacos.
That was tacos.
It was tacos. Yeah. I tried to watch it like you're literally just like we can't do that, so we're doing this.
Question: What were their last names?
No, not doing it, yo. No, they weren't there. They weren't there.
I just want to make sure it wasn't like, like Spanish.
No, they weren't stereotypes, yo. Okay. I refuse.
But we also have Brave Star.
Yeah, that was mine. I had toys.
We all, I think the next two are going to be like near and dear to a lot of people here. SWAT Cats and Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck was my thing.
Darkwing Duck is a classic.
I took my nap, woke up for Darkwing, and that was it.
You know what? Here's the thing that gets me about Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck is one of those shows. I'm actually surprised they haven't tried to do another one.
Right.
And I'm surprised they haven't tried to make it a live action film. I'm gonna take that back. I don't want to yet.
You want Howard the Darkwing Duck?
But no, so Darkwing Duck. But Darkwing Duck actually have like I think they've stopped it now. But actually had a running comic series.
No, it just started again.
Oh, they just started again. Nice. But yeah, they continued the story and everything. And they were really committed to it.
Still one of the best opening of theme songs and everything. What else?
Tailspin is better.
Yeah, they had Tailspin. Yeah.
Tailspin is better.
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears, yo.
Chippendale was
I've heard of that. I didn't read
It's a post-apocalyptic He-Man ripoff. I used to watch it.
So this is not a cartoon, but this is one I just had Justin looking up. He was like,
oh my god,
I love this. Anybody remember the Spider-Man TV show? The Amazing Spider-Man TV show.
Yeah. Not the cartoon, the live action one from the 70s.
With the rope net from
That is amazing.
Swing,
yeah.
I just remember going into a building and it just looked.
No, there was a Japanese one, but I've seen the
You're not talking about
YouTube of the Japanese one. That is amazing.
You're talking about the one with the car and stuff.
Yeah, in the Japanese one,
the Amazing Spider-Man, you are missing something because
there is a scene where Spider-Man has a Uzi. And that was
Spider-Man has a Power Rangers, one of the Power Ranger vehicles. Yes, no, like he has a flying car, and then he has a Power Ranger suit.
That Spider-Man series started the whole Power Rangers. Yeah,
is that what started it?
Yeah, that's what started it. Like they did the Spider-Man show with his flying car and transforming mecha, and they said, you know what, we can make a show out of it.
He used his webbing in a canyon.
Yes,
in a canyon.
Yes.
Some places Spider-Man just don't work.
If you have not seen this show, go find it on YouTube. It is amazing. Like the American one, 1977 American one, is not as fun because there's no. It's just he's in New York. It's not fun. But when you start adding in giant robots in Spider-Man and him swinging around in the desert.
Yeah. Just YouTube it. Just Spider-Man in a car. Just YouTube it. It's there. It'll happen. You'll watch it.
Didn't they bring it into the comics? They brought him into the Spider-Verse, right? They brought him in. They brought him into the comic. Yeah, that was amazing there. That was some good stuff there. See, they had Spider-Man.
So we also, if we're going just to like comic book TV shows, they had like the original Flash, like the 1990s.
Sterling and I are watching that right now.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what happened with me. I was supposed to watch a lot of other things for this panel. I've only been watching Flash. I got sucked in. It's a horrible show, but I can't stop watching. Everybody on the show is horrible except Flash. He's bearable. Even though I'm pretty sure in the first episode he kills his dog. Because it starts out with the dog running too fast, and he runs faster than it, goes in the bushes, comes up with the leash and the collar. How does that happen?
Another one of my guilty pleasures going on. I love watching the Flash. Like, it is. And I'm watching it now, and I'm destroying my childhood.
Have you gotten to Mark Hamill yet?
No, I have not.
But you are in for a treat. That's all I can
Does
say.
he Mark Hamill?
Yes.
Of course.
100% Mark Hamill. Like, it is peak Mark.
Yeah.
What are y'all drinking to give you the power to do this?
Episode from the new Flash where they bring Mark
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. You can't watch old Flash after watching the new Flash, because then you're just like...
Yo, like, you wanna know how bad it is? There's one...
The old Flash are working on the new Flash.
Real bad.
Yeah, he's better than the new one.
Supergirl, too. They're bringing in, a lot of those. Yeah.
The crazy thing, like, the old Flash is so bad, like, they don't, the villains don't make sense. There's no overarching theme like there was on the new one. There's one, I want to say, like, episode 7 stuff. He gets high, right? He just starts shaking and phases through a wall. He's like, whoa, I move so fast, I phase through walls. They never talk about it again. Never. Like, there's a time when, like, Caitlin's locked in a room and it might explode. Doesn't even think about phasing through a wall.
Well, he was high, so he probably
And the best thing is they couldn't do the speed effects, so what they did is, like, they couldn't make him run fast. What they did is have him just do mundane things and then fast forward.
Yes.
There's a scene where he washes dishes and clears the table in 3 seconds. Like, why?
And that means they actually had him actually washing dishes.
Yes, it was like a Thanksgiving dinner, like clearing the whole table. Nobody cared. It was
oh man, yeah, I love making our people watch stuff from their childhood and then just.
No, you like making us watch horrible things.
Well, I mean, we're gonna watch some good things. Like we're gonna watch that.
When?
We're gonna do Spaceballs.
Okay.
Some good stuff.
Like you just haven't watched Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, I just rewatched Power Rangers. And
the movie.
Listen, there's like 4 of them here today, so I gotta keep this low. But it's terrible.
It's horrible. I didn't rewatch it with you. But if I'm not mistaken, they got these new Zords in the movie, right? Brand new Zords. And it comes with a built-in nut punch button. That is how they defeat the boss. They can't stop him in space. The Black Ranger, or the yellow Black Ranger, the only thing she does in the whole movie, flip nut punch button. It was a factory install. They got it from the lot with the nut punch button. It was not an optional function.
What I love about that, at one point in that film, I just rewatched it this week. At one point in the film, they go, we didn't get the chance to read the manuals on this, so we don't have any of this stuff work. So they're getting their asses kicked, but they have no idea how any of their manuals work.
Doesn't like the yellow ranger get like just thrown through a building and she's just not there anymore?
Yeah.
There.
The one thing I will say about the Power Ranger movie is this. Because we brought this up during the reason why we did Power Rangers, because we just did Mortal Kombat, and the fights in Mortal Kombat are horrendous when you rewatch them. The fighting in the Power Ranger movies actually really, I won't say really good, but it's not bad. They're way.
They actually tried.
They actually tried.
But didn't they have like dojo practice at the beginning of some of the episodes? Like, wasn't Tommy teaching self-defense class?
I think the TV show might actually be better than the movie because they didn't do the Zords in CG. Like they tried to do CG Zords and it is bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
It's so bad.
But yeah, one, I think they could actually, most of them could actually fight and or actually had some kind of physical abilities, whereas in the Mortal Kombat movie, it turns into bar brawls. So it's like bar brawls the movie, and it's not.
They had fights for like Shang Tsung wasn't hosting a real tournament that weekend in Mortal Kombat. He was like, y'all about to come fight in the sand, and nobody else is there to witness this. They just fighting now. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, that was not good. What else we got? Did we have anything else?
We had the sci-fi shows, but before we get into that, like, before we started the panel, you brought up like our cartoons getting too serious, and like looking at this list, I'm seeing a lot of like Transformers, G.I. Joe, X-Men. they had a lighthearted feel to it. Like while they were like in danger and everything, you always knew at the end of the day, you know, it's gonna be lighthearted. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna feel good about it. Right. And like when we look at cartoons now, like you have Young Justice. That is a dark cartoon. Like you even look at something like Steven Universe. On the surface, it looks like really just hyperactive and okay, this is fun. Steven Universe is actually a case study in post-traumatic stress disorder and survivor's guilt. Yes. That's what it is. And like they wrap it up in this way, and it's like, when did we start getting this serious? Like when did we start treating people that watch cartoons as like actual adults?
Well, you're talking about Cartoon Network too. They have Clarence, which is a show about special kids. Actually about special kids.
That's dope though.
When it is because you can look at it from a funnier angle and not feel like you don't have to feel bad. People do funny stuff. Even special kids. They do funny stuff.
You're actually meant to laugh.
Yeah, and I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, it just reminds me of that movie Superstar that SNL did, where they were making fun of all the special kids.
Yeah.
So I don't think it should be a bad thing that they do that now, and I think a lot of people don't even realize that that's what they're doing, which is weird to me.
So, but then for other TV shows, we had, of course, Star Trek.
Yeah. No.
The original Star Trek.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I remember I watched it once. I had the chicken pox and I couldn't turn the channel. And there was a evil baby, and I still have nightmares about it. There's an evil baby. It had a man face and a man voice.
Star Trek episode Next Generation, episode 2, the Wakanda planet. Yeah. The ultra racist African planet. It's so good because they're not trying to be racist, but it's racist. You feel kind of bad for it. Alright. Yeah. Oh man, we need to do comic movies, but we'll go through. I'll go real quick. Some of the comic movies we have here. These are the ones that are canceled or were so bad they decided not to make them at all. You had the Fantastic Four movie from 1990, the Robert Corman movie. That's actually on YouTube. Go find it. It is terrible. We were talking about this before. The Superman Lives. They're going to do the documentary on that.
Yes. The Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Nicolas Cage with his blown out hair. And see, I think that with Kevin Smith's script, it could have been good, but it's a Tim Burton movie.
No, it can never be good.
Tim Burton can't do.
You found a picture?
Look, no, just look at this. This is the Periscope. Just look at this.
Oh my god.
Just look at that.
She said the photo, yes.
Yes.
With the long hair, he's like, why am I here?
That has to be made. No, that has to be made. Like,
can we kickstart this?
We got to wrap this up soon. This is actually went way better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, no, didn't expect anybody to show up.
I didn't expect anybody to show up. So I actually, does anybody here have an Xbox One?
Okay.
All right. Well,
I like you.
Okay.
You got two.
You got your hand up first. So do you play the Telltale games?
Yes.
Have you played the Game of Thrones?
No.
Do you want to?
Sure.
All right. I have a season pass.
Oh, awesome.
You get you can use the code for the 2 through 7. I mean 2 through 6 when you come out.
Yeah.
There you guys have it. Thank you guys very much. The site is movietrailerreviews.net. We talk about all this. Like I said, I think the next panels I'm doing Blade Runner. We are doing Power Rangers and then Spaceballs. So yeah, Blade Runner is happening. I'm sorry, but we are going to talk about that rape scene that nobody talks about in Blade Runner. I rewatched that movie and was like, wow, that's rape, and we're just okay, wow.
Have it in Superman too.
It's not as bad as the one in Rocky.
Huh?
It's not as bad as the one in Rocky.
Or the one in Conan. Yeah. That one's pretty bad.
I'm so glad I've never seen these scenes. There's a Conan rape scene?
He just takes a woman into a cave, man.
What kind of game? Yo.
But Game of Thrones is the problem.
So, but everybody we are going out to Penn Social. They're going to have some drinks with the guys from Apocalypse, and I think CJ and Free Black East are going to be out too. So if you guys want to come out there, we'll be there. Thank you guys very much. I have cards if you want them to find out more about us. So thank you very much for this.
Did it last all through?
Yeah.